streaming 3-5, everything live, baby. Press box party, streaming 3-5, everything live, baby. Press box party, streaming 3-5, everything live, baby. Press box party, saying it's a party in New York City, baby.
A good Wednesday to you. Welcome to the Press Box Party. I am Antoine. This is Stream 35 Radio. Two ways to listen to the show as always. Mixlr.com, or you can stream us live on YouTube Live. Look up Stream 35 Radio, and we are just getting settled in here. Great show coming up for you. Make sure if you're listening on MixLR or if you're listening on YouTube, subscribe, follow, do whatever you got to do. That way you'll get notified when we go on air. But you know we're on. This show is on every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. And we've also got a Twitter feed. If you want to hit us up with some stories or keep up with us that way, Stream 35 Radio. And it's the Press Box Party. Glad everybody is here. Beautiful, beautiful night. New York City. Humidity has subsided, and we're coasting into the fall and autumn season in New York. But what else is going on here? I don't even know what to say. Let me just get to it. You know what it is. We've got a chat open on MixLR. We've got the chat on YouTube if you want to interact with the show. We love talking to our listeners. So please do that. And we can also are going to open up a phone line here, 917-477-7737. That's your phone number. And you can check us out there. But, well, I got to get right to our man that is in the studio every night on Wednesday night. He is a comedian out of Gary, Indiana. And his name is Jonathan Craig. What's up, Jay Craig?
Yo, what's up, brother? How you feeling?
Feeling all right. What's going on with your Indianapolis Colts?
Hey, man, first of all, they not my Indianapolis Colts. They are the Colts.
What's going on with Adam Vinatieri? I worked the Colts game this weekend. I call him you got to remember, Gary, Indiana, most people are Chicago Bear fans. So the Bears got the win, and the Colts got the win.
Yeah.
So we can't really make fun of you this week.
No, man, the state is sitting pretty, so we good for this.
Sitting pretty. I don't know about that.
I mean, we survived another week. We do it week by week, man. We take what we can get here.
It's football season, so we got to talk about that.
Week by week thing. That's all.
Hey, you're doing better than the New York football fans, no matter which side you're on.
Hey, man, you on either side. It's hard times over here in New York City.
Yeah, it is rough, and we'll get to some of that stuff as well. Sports-wise, football's in full swing for our sports fans out there. When you come to the Press Box Party, we're focusing on two things. We're focusing on odd news,
yes,
with a comedic twist.
Oh,
and then we are also focusing on sports with a comedic twist.
Yes.
And the New York Jets and the New York Giants have been a full-fledged comedy on the field.
Oh, yeah, it's just a comedy.
Up to this point.
It's not even sports.
We'll get to some of that stuff. In sports, though, I'm telling you, my top story is LeVar Ball.
LeVar Ball.
How? In the middle of not even in the middle. The start of football. We're getting close to the MLB playoffs.
Basketball
Yankees looking to clinch the division tonight. Basketball is nowhere. Well, it's kind of in sight. I think they're going to start playing preseason games like in a couple days here.
Yeah, nobody cares about preseason basketball, bro.
Somebody wrecks their leg, they do.
Yeah, well, then you care.
But I'm not wishing that upon anybody.
Right.
It doesn't generally happen in
the preseason.
Yeah. Not in bad. They're not.
No.
I mean, football people get injured in practice.
Right.
But I'm telling you, the top story.
The top story in
sports story
that
I've got for you involves LeVar Ball. And I guess they've got a reality show. Is that that's what's going on? I don't even know. I haven't seen it.
Their life is
Facebook
a reality
TV show.
A Facebook. That's the thing now. Facebook TV show.
Facebook TV show.
Wow. You just make up your own.
He couldn't even make it on. You know, LeVar. He's finding his own.
You know what?
He's finding
I'll
his
give it to
own
him.
avenues.
He's a hustler, man, and he
Yeah.
finds a way to make money off his mediocre.
I mean, we're talking
talented-
about it.
yeah.
Here on the Press Box Party.
The press box party, and we got all kind of stuff we could
We got a
be
lot of
talking
stuff.
about, but here we are.
Leading the show with LeVar Ball. Why?
Ooh. Because
Well,
this guy knows how to
You guys
make
got to
headlines.
hear. All right. I knew nothing about this Facebook TV show. I have to give some props to TMZ Sports for putting this on my radar. But this is pretty amazing, man.
Mm.
You watched this and you were like,
Yeah, I was.
jaw dropped. Your jaw was dropped.
I want to tune in every week.
Yeah. This
This
is
is-
some family drama.
Yeah,
Forget
it
the
is.
Kardashians.
Yeah, this is real deal right here.
If this is a dose of what this show is about,
I'm in.
I'm all in. I'm all into this show. And how this wasn't more of a
Because it's a Facebook show.
I know.
And nobody really cares
I
about them
know.
until they're doing
I know.
stuff like this. This
But
is
we
what
got-
they're good for. Stuff like this.
We gotta play this. We gotta play this. I'm just gonna let so this is like a business meeting. LeVar, for those that can't watch, we're gonna run the video on for our Facebook crew. Or I'm sorry, our Facebook crew. We should do a Facebook thing. Can we do that?
We can do whatever we
Yeah,
want.
we need to do that.
We do whatever we want.
For our YouTube crew, we'll run the video. And for our MixLR crew, the sound is all you need. But just for those that can't see the video, it's a business meeting.
Business meeting. Business meeting.
Lonzo's in there being very vocal. One of their business heads is in there.
Business meeting.
And LeVar is running the show in the meeting. You love this, don't you?
I do.
This is good stuff. Let me just make sure we're all set up here where we can put it up on the site. I had a feeling I was going to have to alter something here.
Mm-hmm.
But what is your take? Before we get to this, though, as I set this up,
Mm-hmm.
what is your take on LeVar Ball? Are you a fan? Are you? Initially
Initially I wasn't a fan, but then I started to really see what it is that he's doing, and you know what? It made me a fan.
All right.
Because he's taken his
It's a good prelude here.
his mediocrely talented
even though he's
son.
Jerk.
Yes, he is a jerk. I do agree that he's a jerk,
But at the same time, he's taken his mediocre son and made him relevant
yeah,
in some way.
yeah, by him being over the top about his son.
In this clip here, they're talking about the Big Baller brand,
Yeah, the BBB.
Triple B. Here,
Those shoes that we had
let's
last
just go
week.
to it.
that-
Let's just go to it here.
Would you change the name?
Hell no, I wouldn't change the name.
I'm
So
just
that's
saying,
Lonzo asking if he would change the name of the company.
I'm just saying, that's
Yeah.
my opinion. I'm
No,
just asking a question.
I'm just saying. Triple B is always going to be the name. On the fact that it also stands for the three Ball brothers. I'm not changing that at all.
What was your opinion on that, Jordan?
I don't give a about his opinion.
I just want to hear.
But no, listen to me, son. When I come out with a name and then somebody tell me to change it, that's like me telling me to change your name. That's like people saying, oh, hey, change Lonzo's name to Alfonso on the fact that he's been damaged goods for the last 2 years.
The brand is demolished right now.
The brand is not demolished.
Okay.
That's how you feel the brand is
That's
demolished.
everybody feels.
Who's everybody?
The world.
The world?
consumers.
That's the consumers you talk to?
Yeah. That's all messed up right now.
Why is it messed up? Because one person did something bad?
He was the main person.
He wasn't the main person.
He ran everything.
He didn't run everything.
All right. That's
Who the
my
one,
opinion. That's
who
what
the
I
one
think.
signing autographs? Who the one taking the
He
pictures?
set it all up.
That means you running everything as far as
Yes.
what? Who's the big baller brand?
All right, you got it.
Ain't no Alan Foster gear. It's big baller. Here's the thing. If you have a goddamn tree and a bad apple falls off the tree, you don't chop the goddamn tree down.
He was more than apple, though. He was the branch.
Cut the branch. You don't cut the whole tree down.
The tree did fall down, though.
How did the tree fall down?
Why are we restarting everything?
How did the tree fall down? I created it before Alan even got here. I said the three Ball brothers for you guys. I don't care who helped me get this started, but I come in with the vision like, you know what? We're going to have our own right here. That's why I didn't go everybody else's way.
All right, you got it.
Now, it ain't about me getting it.
You got it, man.
No, first of all, don't say you got it, man, to me. You're the one got to make it grow. I made you guys superstars for a reason. But if I don't do the things that I'm doing, Zell, you're just another regular old player.
Kind of echoing what you just said.
I mean, he wrapped it up right there. He said, if I don't do the things that I do, you just a regular old player. And that's when I realized that's when I started respecting this dude. When I saw what he was doing, I think I realized this about last year. I was watching some First Take, and he was going back and forth with Stephen A. Smith. And that's when it hit me.
So you're saying he made them relevant?
He did.
He did. I mean,
what did he just say
I
right
wouldn't.
there? Without the stuff that I'm doing, you just a regular old player. And he is.
But the Sun also has a point if he wants to change the brand. I don't know what the brand. I don't know what the brand would offer, even with a new rebrand or a new identity.
I mean, we already know. He admitted that the shoes were trash. So, I mean, the brand is.
This family definitely has a brighter future as a reality TV show.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Whoever's editing and doing the music to this stuff, it's amazing.
It's the sports Kardashians.
It is. It draws you in. It's like the Kardashians for guys.
It is. It's like, this is the kind of fighting I'm into.
Yeah, he said,
Like,
don't you got it,
you
man,
guys
me.
don't.
He was about to check him. Everybody leave the room. Everybody leave the room. He think he grown.
It's not abusive father.
No, it's not.
It's like, homie,
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
I'm the leader.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not abusive
It's
father
like, look,
where it gets
man,
uncomfortable.
you got some talent,
It's
but
like,
I'm the mouth that's getting you the work.
keep talking.
Without me doing
Yeah.
this,
Keep biting his hand.
you just
That's feed.
coming off the bench.
Well, now that Lonzo is not in that Hollywood market anymore,
Yeah.
it'd be very, very interesting. I would be banking. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd be banking off his father to help me. New Orleans they don't care about that team.
Not really.
No.
Especially now that I mean they got some ballers on the team though. They did get a facelift.
No, they actually benefited a lot.
Yeah,
from the Anthony Davis thing a lot.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, they brought in 2 young guys, and
Yeah.
they could be a force, especially since the
They're gonna be all right. They're gonna be
they could be a little closet, sleeper team.
Yeah. They can make the playoffs.
But at the same time, I don't see
It's all about coaching.
I don't see Lonzo Ball being any better of a player with the New Orleans Pelicans.
You don't think Ball's? I mean, I don't think he I honestly
I think
I don't
like you
really
said,
think he's that
just
good
kinda
of a
like
player. He's
he might
a
even
role
be
player to
just
me.
like, just
But
comes
they're
in.
marketing him as a superstar. Not even a superstar. They market him as a star, but he's really just a role player.
But back to the original point. We are here in the middle of September.
September.
No reason to talk about anything basketball related
Mm-mm.
unless it's Team USA losing to whomever.
They're done. They got what, 7th place?
Yeah, they got that.
Yeah.
That was ugly.
Yeah.
Back to what I said. Team USA just needs to create a team
Mm-hmm.
that focuses on playing international ball all year long.
I agree.
If you listen to other shows, listen to the Press Box Party. If you want to call in, chime in on any of this, 917-477-7737. And also, if you want to chime in, you can hit us on the chat, which you can do from your phone. You can do it from your computer. And we're here to take your questions and talk about anything else you want to talk about. But back to the real season of things that's going on right now, which is NFL football. NFL is king. Football is king. College football, any kind of football you're into.
What about Johnny football?
Except for the real football.
What if you're in
Johnny football, I mean, right now with the way quarterbacks are dropping, good segue, the way quarterbacks are dropping like flies.
Man, for real.
Johnny Mansell, he might be able to send a couple resumes out.
Yeah. If Johnny Manziel gets hired, they got some explaining to do.
But it was an interesting weekend in the NFL.
Very.
Because we had some guys that have been staple quarterbacks. We're talking about jerseys that you see all over town, in any town you're in.
Everywhere.
And we may, should I cue up the music?
I think you should.
We may have seen a couple people
I think this might be the
fading away.
This might be the end of the road.
My,
This might be the end of the road for some
take
big
us
guys.
through our local hero,
Eli.
Eli.
It's been a good 16 years here, brother. And although you got us
He's really at the end of the road.
2 championships against arguably the greatest quarterback of all time, it just ain't been the same these last 2 years. You know, I try to act like I'm not upset that we don't make the playoffs, but I am. And I just can't take it no more, Eli. So I'm here to let you know that we're going to sit you on the bench, and it's time to say goodbye.
Bench, it's over.
It's time to say goodbye to you, Eli. It's been a good run, but I'd rather be dead than watch you stink up the joint like this. Goodbye.
Hey, one thing we got to give Eli. Him and his brother, 2-2. It ended 2-2.
Yeah.
And his brother was much better.
Yes.
So.
But his brother did not beat the GOAT.
2-2.
Twice.
He actually, hey, retract that statement.
What?
The one he won with the Broncos, he had to beat the GOAT in the AFC Championship game. He just happened to be in the AFC.
Okay, I give you that.
And that's not the GOAT, by the way. Joe Montana is the GOAT.
Listen, man, I don't make the titles. I just respect them. I mean, this dude has been to 9 Super Bowls. He lost more Super Bowls than people have even made it to.
I'm just telling you, Joe Montana didn't get to
totally
play
agree.
the Dolphins and the Bills and the Jets
totally agree.
6 times a year.
I totally agree with you.
And I'm not a stat guy, so.
Sounds like you are a stat guy.
No, the stats are always going to favor any quarterback in this new NFL.
Well, absolutely.
But Eli Manning, yes, 2 victories. And now they're saying Hall of Fame, yes or no? Yes or no?
If
Yes
I
or
have,
no?
if
No,
I
I don't want any elaboration. I just want yes or no. Stop trying to act like Stephen A. Smith. This is not the show for this.
I don't know. I feel like my reputation's online either way I go.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, off the strength when you look at, you know what? I can't. You know what? Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
So we've also got another victim this year.
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Big Ben.
Bathroom stall Ben.
It might be time for you to hang it up. Big Ben, you're looking like small Benny lately. It just ain't doing it for us no more. Might be time for you to.
I think he's done too.
Ever since Antonio Brown left you, you just ain't been the same.
End of the road for Benny.
You thought y'all were friends, and it turns out y'all wasn't, and you just ain't bounced back.
Benny.
It's time for you to let it go, Big Ben.
Rough weekend.
It has been a rough week.
A lot of jerseys getting put up.
Yeah, man. It's a new era in the NFL.
Lastly, is it the end of the road for Cam Newton? Much younger. Obviously, he's going to play more football.
It's the end of the road for that
But
hairstyle. That's what the.
What about
that's
the
what it's
what about the
end of road for.
what about the babushka?
It's the end of the road for his fashion
This man
coordinator.
is walking into games knowing he's probably not going to win these games.
Yeah.
That's the worst part of his outfits. He's got to show up to the post-game conference after a loss wearing his babushka and his man shorts and his man purses.
This dude, it's the end of the road for his stylist. Yes. Put him to bed.
All right, we've already got a phone call. This is someone that has not checked in a while. Out of San Diego. Mobile Home Rick has just called.
Oh,
we've been looking for him. We've been worried.
MHR.
We've been worried about his health.
We've been worried about your mobile home more than
We've been
anything.
worried about everything. Mobile Home Rick, are you there?
Hey, mind your business.
Mobile home Rick.
I can't even believe you're checking in. This already, the excitement here. What do you got? What do you got, Rick? What do you got tonight?
Look.
Where do we start? We're talking NFL. What do you think? Eli, Ben, they're done, right?
Oh, Eli Tanning.
Okay. Elaborate.
I never liked the way he looked. He's pretty trash.
Well, he's
Probably retire.
He probably
Oh,
will. He should. That would
Hey,
improve his Hall
hey,
of Fame chances.
Hey, I'm sorry. I missed a couple football Sundays. I was locked up for a little bit, so I only been out for about 2 weeks.
Well, welcome back home.
I just wanted to
Yeah,
call
welcome
and catch
home.
up. Right, yeah. I couldn't call in jail.
You don't want to waste
but,
your one
yeah.
call on us, Rick.
Right. So I haven't been able to catch up on too much football, but I'm watching it now, and I don't like what's going on. And I heard you talking about Cam Newton, Fig Newton, whatever he is, and I don't understand why this man wants to dress the way he dresses. But to each his own. I'm a little bit more liberal now since I've been.
Hold on,
in jail,
I forgot to play your
can-
intro song, Mobile Home Rick.
What intro?
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Mobile.
What is that?
It's a Mace song.
Oh, okay. Well, I just wanted to check in with you guys, and you guys keep doing your thing. I'm doing fine. But, I enjoy the last couple of minutes I've been listening. Enjoy you guys talking. I haven't heard the other guy before, but, you're doing a great job. I look forward to calling in a couple of times to discuss some things. As soon as I catch up on what's going on in this world, when jail does something to you when you're locked up, it does something to you.
Real talk.
Real
Mobile
talk
Home
from
Rick.
Mobile Home, yeah.
How you doing though? You
Mhm.
good? You got a place to stay? You got a job?
Yeah, I'm staying with my girlfriend right now. I got an interview tomorrow for a job over at a shipping yard, so hopefully I'll get that job and be back on my feet and won't be back in jail again. I mean, it's something else in there, man. I tell you, you don't want to go in the beam, man. So I advise all y'all, when you get pulled over, cooperate with the police.
That's good advice.
Word.
Because I got my ass whooped.
Well, hey Rick, we're glad you're back on the grid, and keep listening, keep calling in. You got good takes, man.
Absolutely. I hope that I have something for you next time. But I'm just catching up on football, man. And like I said, this Cam Newton thing and Antonio Brown stuff, it's getting a little crazy. It wasn't like that before I went in. There wasn't this many divas out there, but unfortunately there is now. So
All right. Well, thanks for
sad
checking.
news of football.
Thanks for checking in, my man.
All right.
Be
Don't feel
easy.
sorry for me.
No, I would never.
No.
Then why you
This
feel?
is the
why you
press
sound
box
sad?
party.
We're excited.
Yeah, we're pumped. You're back.
Woo!
Okay. All right. Well, you sound sad, man. Don't sound sad for me.
All right. We'll catch you.
All right. Get it together. Don't be a diva, okay?
All right.
No doubt.
Pleasant surprise. Thanks, Rick. Pleasant surprise. Wow.
Yeah.
Kicking off the show with
Boom.
one of our listeners we haven't heard from in about a year.
And we know why.
And now we know why. Rick Rock. People in the chat are pumped. And he's talking about Antonio Brown. The Sports Illustrated story was crazy,
Yeah.
to say the least. Not completely surprising. Owing a lot of people money,
Yep.
getting free services,
Yep.
trying to hook up with people coming to his house, thinking they're, selling him art.
Mm-mm.
Owes chefs money, all kinds.
Yeah. What's
just
up with
owing
this dude,
people
man?
money.
What's up with him?
So there's definitely, whether any of these stories are true or not, there's a consistent theme here.
There is a
Dude.
consistent theme, and that's what they're gonna look at. Like, okay, there's a consistent theme in all of these stories. So we have to judge
This
the
is who
character.
he is right
yeah,
now.
this is the character of Antonio Brown.
And they're old. A lot of these are older stories. I mean,
Mhm.
it's all stuff that happened in Pittsburgh, and
Mm-hmm.
it's making a lot of sense. But now he's with the Patriots. scored a touchdown, got a pass from Tom Brady, and if he manages to stay on that team, he's got a good chance of getting a ring through all of this.
Yeah, they're looking nice, and their defense is kicking ass right now. I mean,
but have they really?
I mean,
we're 2 weeks in.
Yeah, and it was the Dolphins, but still.
And to bring up basketball now, with the last thing I wanted to cover NFL wise, last personality, Jalen Ramsey.
Yes,
blasting his team. They're no good. I mean, he could cause enough of a scene to possibly be picked up by a team like the Patriots as well. Is the NFL now becoming like the NBA, where these marquee players are just dictating where they want to go?
Pretty much. In a few years, you'll probably see
an interesting little trend that we could be seeing here.
Yeah, because that's what they probably look at the NBA.
You're on
and
a
say,
crap
all right.
team. You're on the Jags. You're on the Jets.
Yep.
You voice your opinions. You get driven out of there.
Yep.
And you sign for a smaller deal to just win. I think that's what we're seeing here.
That might be a new trend.
And if you guys want to follow up on any of that, 917-477-7737 on the Press Box Party. Covering some sports stuff. College football, I don't even really get into it until the end.
Until it's important.
Yeah, until they're down to the Final Four. Is there a point? I mean, college football, you've got teams winning by 70 points right now.
And then
this is
teams
like
you
their
never
preseason.
heard of before. Like I didn't
They're
even know
playing
that
these
was
cupcake
a college
games.
Yeah.
And all of this. But there is one college story that I wanted to get to where, Iowa State played Iowa, which is huge game. Huge game in the state of Iowa. You've been to the state of Iowa?
I have not.
Definitely a football
I had
state.
no reason to go to the state
Never
of
went
Iowa.
to Iowa, huh?
No. Can't
Your
say
Midwest Mafia stripes, man. You got to at least check out Iowa. You got to know what you're dealing with. There's stuff going on there besides corn.
What's going on in Iowa?
I've ventured over there a few times.
What they was doing in Iowa? You tell me. Give me the rundown. Saturday
night. A lot
night.
of drinking.
Saturday night, Iowa. Any place.
A lot of beer.
Uh-huh.
A lot of cheap beer. Natty Ice.
Sounds like Milwaukee so far.
Bush beer.
Sounds a lot like Milwaukee so far.
Don't. If you're, man, so that's a dig on Milwaukee right there. I hope Whitey is listening right now.
I hope so.
Iowa State Fair, wrote Chief Firewater. Always state fairs in states like Iowa are a big deal.
Yeah, Indiana has a state fair. It's a big
Well, we got to
deal.
get to this guy that had a sign at the Iowa State-Iowa game with his Venmo account connected to it. Very creative individual.
Okay.
And he said he needed to re-up on some Busch Light, and it got shown on ESPN, ABC, wherever it was showing. I mean, it was a major. Here, I've got some sound to this.
King brought what he thought was a funny sign to College game day. It turned into a sign of hope. Carson King's sign read, "Busch Light supply needs replenished." He requested money through Venmo. Didn't take Carson long to figure out hundreds of dollars were pouring in. So Carson held out $16 for one case of beer and decided to donate the rest to the University of Iowa Children's Hospital. That total has now reached just under $17,000 and climbing. Busch Beer and Venmo both pledged matching funds, so the amount triples. If you want to donate, it's Carson-King-25.
For the kids, which is, the hospital's little slogan there, and stories. People were sending me stories about, how the hospital affects their families and all the great things they do, and it was really cool to see. I've learned that social media is crazy, and it just takes one share to be able to make a difference, and that, just the smallest idea and gesture can actually turn into something really cool.
Justin Cernsey did such a nice story on this last night, and this is growing, and it's kind of a needed coming together of both sides for something positive.
We love it. Thanks, Keith. We'll be back.
Wow.
It's up to $22,000.
22 grand
from that sign.
22 grand. So here's the question.
Go ahead.
Because I'm always going to ask the question. How much of it do you keep?
He said he kept the $16
Come on,
for
man.
the
He
case of beer.
said he kept $16. How much?
Pretty
you
sure
get-
Venmo is now they're involved. They're gonna tell you the truth on that.
How much do you keep before you decide to?
How much do you keep?
I asked the question first. You can't do this to me. I'll tell you how much.
It got out of control. I mean, I don't.
At what point do
I
you
don't
realize?
know.
All right, I can't keep all of this money.
Here's the one thing about Iowa that I can already tell differs from Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
People are very honest.
I see. Me, I'm already like, whoo, I got 16,000. If I keep 2, and then tell them I only collected 12.
This thing's very public right now.
It is.
So I'm pretty sure he's sticking to his
So you're only keeping 16 for the beer?
faith.
You're not even going to take 100? Because initially it was for beer, and then it got out of hand, so you got to take what you was.
Rick is asking on the chat now. They got sundown towns there. They definitely have sundown towns.
Yeah.
That was something from a previous show.
I feel like. Oh, that's what Rick said?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick. They definitely got sundown towns in Iowa. The whole
Any state
state
that begins with an I has sundown towns.
Yes.
Even my beloved Illinois.
Yep. That's pretty accurate.
Yep. If you don't know what that is, look it up. I don't even know if that is that on Urban Dictionary.
There's
We
a
might
lot
have to
of
add
stuff
an
on.
entry. We have to add the entry if it's not.
Let's petition for it.
So we're on the press box party. We're off to a roaring start here. Roaring start. That's all we really got right now in the sports, of course. MLB, there's about 10 games left.
Yep.
So the playoffs will be starting soon.
Playoffs.
And then NHL is already playing. I saw preseason games, and NBA will be soon. So that's kicking in, and we'll have that time in sports where you got all four
Everything.
major sports going on
For
at
like
the same
what?
time.
2 weeks?
For a couple weeks.
It's like what? Maybe 3, almost a month.
Well, no, baseball's going to go for a whole month. So
Just a
the
month.
playoffs.
Yeah. So October.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not feeling so great about my Yankees after an injury that just came in. Betances hurts himself celebrating on the mound.
See?
And he is a key
They
component.
just take
if they're gonna
celebration
be
to the extreme in all the sports these days. It's
Yeah.
all about the celebration now.
ruptured his Achilles
That's
celebrating.
crazy.
A la Martin Gramatica. You remember that kicker for the Tampa Bay Bucks that did that
Yeah.
once after making a kick? So we'll see what happens.
Man.
Yankees Houston is destined to be the ALCS, and as we're watching the Yankees right now, I think was that Judge
Aaron Judge
hits
smacks
a
a
two-run
home
home run to tie it up at 2 against the Angels. Yankees looking to clinch the division tonight.
Bottom of the third.
Bottom of the third, 2-2. Comedy had some news this week.
Comedy
This is
definitely
your-
had some
this is-
news.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, man, they're attacking my industry. I don't know what's going on.
this is your world. Shane Gillis
Yeah.
has a podcast, right?
Yeah, he
So
does.
he's on SNL.
So here's the thing. If you want me to just
Yeah,
get
give
into
us
it.
like the. I was gonna play the news thing, but
Yeah,
you-
play the new. Here's what we'll do. I'll give you the rundown, then you play the news thing, and then we'll
Yeah.
do the recap or whatever. First of all, I didn't even know who this guy was till the night before this all
Is he
happened.
a new addition to SNL?
He was a new addition to
All right.
SNL, and he popped up on my feed on my Instagram, and they had a couple of clips of some of his stand up, and it was mediocrely funny. I was wondering why it popped up on my feed. So then I wake up the next day, this dude is all over the news, and come to find out, he was one of the new cast members of Saturday Night Live that was going to be for the 45th season coming up on the 28th, I believe. So it was him and 2 other people who were recently added to the cast. And as soon as they announced that he was going to be added to the cast, they started some stuff surfaced about him being racist on his podcast and having racist stand-up material. Now, some of the racist material that he did in stand-up was taken down, but the racist
So he's
podcast,
got a little bit of a track record of this.
yes, so there's some checks and balances with it. and the
But
rant,
racism is somewhat accepted. You can
Well,
go a
yeah,
little further than
you
you
can.
could in everyday life if you're a comedian.
Yes, you can, and as long as it's done within good taste and it's funny and it's not offensive, it's one thing to be funny and poke fun at stereotypes, and there's another thing to be offensive when you poking fun at stereotypes. Because when you a white person and you talking about minorities, you always have to remember that you are the superior, so you can't come at
I feel like
minorities.
though if you are really good at it,
You can.
You could get away.
You
with it.
can,
Yeah.
but you have
you're
to
right.
know
the
that.
delivery is everything.
You have to know your place. You have to know this. It just so happened that you don't have the privilege to do that. But then you listen to the podcast and he's, saying derogatory things about Asian people. And it just so happened that for the first time, Saturday Night Live had hired their first Asian cast member of South Asian descent. And so he was also one of the people that was hired. So you can't have these two people.
Conflict.
Right. And so the whole thing blew up, and SNL dropped the ball because they didn't do their research. But that's pretty much what happened, and I'll let you run the thing.
Yeah, for those that haven't been up on this story, we'll run the actual segment on it.
Now in late night TV, producers for Saturday Night Live have so far remained silent in response to one of its newest cast members' use of racist language. The comment surfaced on social media just hours after SNL announced the hiring of Shane Gillis. And now some fans are calling for the show to drop him even before he starts. NBC's Blaine Alexander has more. Blaine, good morning.
Well, Chanel, good morning to you. The comedian is speaking out on Twitter saying that his intention was never to hurt anyone. But this morning, a growing number of people say that his old jokes are nothing to laugh about. This morning, one of Saturday Night Live's new cast members is under fire. The show announcing Thursday that comedian Shane Gillis will become a regular SNL cast member in upcoming season 45. But just hours later, videos emerged showing Gillis using racist and homophobic language in clips from Matt and Shane's secret podcast recorded last September, which have since been removed from its YouTube channel. Gillis appears to speak in caricature Asian accents and repeatedly uses a racist slur to describe Chinese people. In a separate clip, Gillis is heard using a homophobic slur to describe other comedians. Gillis is one of 3 new cast members, including Chloe Fineman and Bowen Yang, who is Asian American and openly gay.
I am Chinese and I will not reproduce.
Gillis responding on Twitter, I'm a comedian who pushes boundaries. I sometimes miss, adding, I'm happy to apologize to anyone who's actually offended by anything I've said. But it did not stop the backlash. From fellow comedian Jimmy O. Yang, I usually side with comedians on sensitive subjects, but this is just plain racist. This morning, no comment from SNL, which appears on NBC, a division of NBC Universal, the parent company of NBC News. The controversy comes as many are asking, how far is too far in comedy? Comedian Dave Chappelle, in his new Netflix special, slamming the public for nitpicking everything comics have said in the past, then trying to destroy them.
If you do anything wrong in your life, and I find out about it, I'm going to try to take everything away from you. And I don't care when I find out.
Now, a show known for making people laugh is facing serious questions.
So he was using, as far as the Chinese part, he was using the term chink. Right?
Yes. I sent you the
yeah, the podcast.
Of the podcast you want to play.
Well, we don't have to get into all
it
that,
was.
but
He goes pretty far, and I can't side with him on it because it's not even being funny. He's just being racist. Just kind of.
And you said he's using the term like it's.
Yeah, I mean he's
just another term for him.
Yeah,
wasn't even part of a punchline.
Nope, it was just what he says, and that's the word he uses when he describes Chinese people. Him and the other guy. I mean, it was when I first started listening to it, I couldn't believe. Oh wow. And the fact that they're the ones who posted, so they, in their mind, they think this type of behavior is okay. Or either they don't care. Either way, that's the problem. And I see what SNL, they had to cut ties. But SNL, you got to dig deeper when you do background checks. I mean, this stuff was posted last year.
Right.
So yeah, that's been going on, and it's got a lot of people in the comedy industry at this kind of a crossroads where you don't know what you can and can't say anymore.
Mobile Home Rick chiming in. He says, there's a lot of racism at the DMV.
Yeah, I could see that.
All right, let's get it. So you're thinking they'll do the right thing, get rid of this guy.
They've already gotten rid of him.
No, but you're saying that's the correct thing to do.
I think once you listen to that,
As a comedian,
with what he said on the podcast, yeah.
Pushed it too far.
Just, like I said, if it's a joke and you're being funny, but that's just how he talked. And unfortunately, he's got a fan base because there's people who think like that. So now it almost makes him more popular that he got fired from SNL.
Now he's on the map.
Now he's an SNL bad. He's like a comedy bad boy now.
Now he's going to build a whole fan base.
Yeah, we've already got a fan base, and now they're going to love him even more because he's the tell it like it is guy and too hot for TV dude.
Press Box Party. You could chime in on this or whatever else you want to chime in on. 917-477-7737. I'm here with comedian Jonathan Craig. We're live in New York City if you're listening right now. Or you might be listening after the fact, which we also appreciate. Let's get to some more lighter news here.
Yes.
The chicken wars. The chicken sandwich. Yeah, the chicken sandwich wars have hit a new level.
Or a new low level.
It's a level. Could be a low, could be a high.
It is.
We haven't tried it yet. Kentucky Fried Chicken serving a chicken sandwich, and instead of a bun, 2 glazed donuts.
2 glazed.
I haven't heard that from you in a while.
It was the perfect time.
And we were chatting about this before we went on air, and I'm thinking it's going to be delicious.
I know it's going to be delicious. I'm going to feel
it's just
terrible.
Like chicken and waffles.
It's not like chicken and
waffles.
It's worse than chicken and waffles.
No, but on a whole new level.
Yeah. Because
at least you can make a new level.
You can make a case that a waffle is breakfast. It's not, but you can make a case for it. But
a glazed donut.
That's not breakfast. Although they do try to pawn it off as breakfast.
Yeah.
But
You're going to try this.
I am. And I'm going to feel terrible. I'm going to feel like I'm having a heart attack probably. Mentally, it's going to be hard for me to process that I would do this to myself. But I know it's going to taste so good. I hope the donuts are warm too, Nice warm donuts on some crispy chicken tenders. It's not food, but it'll make you feel good. That should be the slogan.
KFC, anybody, McDonald's. That's what it's all about.
That should be the slogan. It's just
that couple of seconds of
it ain't
release.
Food, but it'll make you feel good. I'm going to coin that phrase.
If you ever start your own fast food franchise.
It ain't food, but it'll make you feel good.
And then Pizza Hut, on a side note, is offering a stuffed Cheez-It. It's a jumbo, I guess it's a baked, you said it was like a pizza pocket or whatever.
Like a calzone or a pizza puff.
No, like these little things, you dip them in marinara, and they're going to be Cheez-It crackers stuffed with cheese, or you can get one with cheese and pepperoni.
So like a calzone with Cheez-It crust as the shell.
Yeah. Smaller scale. Yes. Appetizer.
Gotcha.
Before your pizza.
Pizza before your pizza.
As if you need that.
Do people still go sit down and eat at Pizza Hut still?
They're hard to find.
Can you do that at the Hut? Can you get a server with the salad bar? Can you still do that?
Out in Iowa, I'm sure there's still a booming business.
Can. I'm sure. People go to the Pizza Hut.
The Hut.
Let's go to the Pizza Hut and watch football.
You know what I miss? It's Book It. You don't even remember Book It.
Well, yes, I do remember.
You do remember Book It?
Oh, I remember Book It.
All right. That's a Midwest thing right there.
I remember Book It.
Midwest listeners, you don't know about that.
Yeah.
You
So
read like 5 books. You get your little star stickers.
Yeah,
put
you
it
get
on
a
your
f-
pin.
you get a free personal
Free-
pan from Pizza Hut if you read a certain amount of books, and your teacher had to give it to you, and so you wanted to read all the books so you can get all the personal pan pizzas.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember.
But I don't think I've stepped into a Pizza Hut since Book It.
Come on, man. Don't disrespect Pizza Hut like that.
I mean, remember then they partnered with what? Taco Bell and
Yeah, that's when they went downhill.
Yeah.
When they came up with it was and KFC. It
Yeah,
was like
they
the 3-in-1.
partnered with KFC.
That's when Pizza Hut went from being a respectable restaurant to trash. You gonna hook up with KFC and Taco Bell, Pizza Hut? What you doing? Why would you do that?
Well, Rick says that Cheez-It will definitely have you on a porcelain god.
Oh yeah. It ain't food, but it'll make you feel good.
Yep. So that's what we've got going in food news. We'll get to our Shiesty Criminals of the Week segment. Yep.
I like criminals.
Why?
Because they don't care, man. They don't care about the law.
This
care about
man,
nothing.
This man was running quite the scheme. Fraudulently earning more than 42 million frequent flyer miles.
How can you? I didn't even know
From
it was
Delta.
possible to accumulate.
The price
that
tag
many.
on 42 million frequent flyer miles, 1.75 million.
Wow.
Yep. And this was out of
Wow.
Chicago.
What?
Guy worked for Gennady Podlasky, was a managing partner at a Chicago travel agency called the Vega International Travel.
Okay.
And he earned miles through the Delta Sky Bonus program, the business sector, had a business account.
Mm-hmm.
And basically any customer that booked through his travel, he would enter into a business account.
Mm-hmm.
He would rack all the miles and reap all the rewards for the miles. Seems like he had a good thing going. He just racked too many miles.
Yeah, man, you can't rack up
42
million. Come on, dude.
You can't even use that many, right?
That's
red
just-
flags all over the
You're
place.
just hoarding miles.
Yeah.
42. What you should start doing is start selling them. No, let me stop. I'd be a terrible criminal.
But he was a prolific travel agent. He was featured in Wired magazine in 2016.
See, when you're doing dirt, you can't be doing interviews.
And he could not be reached for comment.
Of course not. Of course not. I don't want to talk. I ain't got nothing to say.
Quite a scheme.
Until you get caught, and then it's not worth it.
Women in the news.
Women
criminals. It's not only males.
Womenals? I'm just kidding. That's inappropriate.
I'm gonna gong you on that.
Yeah.
Gong.
Boo. I'll boo myself on that one.
Get the cane.
You gonna cane me?
Cane you off the stage.
Wow. Oh, I thought you was gonna like beat me with it. No. Whoa, that went.
You're a comedian.
This is a concern
You gotta
for
know what
left-
the cane analogy is.
I know. I was being facetious. Okay.
Woman facing DUI charge after she drove to a police station to pick up her boyfriend who had just been charged for DUI.
So you telling me
she showed up drunk
to
This
pick
is
up
in
her drunk
Franklin
boyfriend.
County, Pennsylvania. Kristen Robbins.
Pennsyltucky.
Mm-hmm.
So she went to go get her boyfriend.
Drunk as hell.
I gotta go pick up my drunk boyfriend, but I'm drunk.
They might have been partying together for all we know.
Right, that's what you call a ride or die right there, man. I need me one of them.
Keep that chick around?
Yeah, you do.
I'm gonna show you the mugshot. See if you still would keep her around. Keeping her around. Put it up for our YouTube audience.
She's 30. Oh man, that's rough. She looks.
She's a ride or die, man. You can't have. Your cake.
You know what?
Can't have your cake and eat it too.
You cannot. You have to.
We all know that.
You got to get up to get down. So if
It's
you
like-
want the type of chick that's gonna
Yeah.
come pick you up drunk,
If they're cooking and cleaning, they're not gonna be a model.
that's not true. I mean, if they drunk,
That is true.
if they drunk and coming to pick your drunk ass up from jail, they probably not cute. Like, any civilized person, like, you know what?
Yeah, but he's gonna be with somebody he wants to party with.
Obviously, they party hard. She wasn't gonna let him stay in there by herself. It's like one of the two things is gonna happen: either he coming out or I'm going in. But we going down together. I ain't mad at her. Not at all. She got a rough life ahead, though.
We got some more women. This is in Nebraska. Nebraska apartment fire sparked by woman burning her ex's love letters. That one tickles you, huh?
It did. I read this story. This chick in Nebraska, this young 19-year-old girl, burns her apartment down because she's mad at her ex-boyfriend, and she burns his love letters. Which, first of all, if you got a boyfriend and you 19 and he's still writing you love letters, you should keep him. Like, this sounds like a decent guy. He still writes love letters. He ain't even texting you. That's the first problem right there. She's upset. He used to write you letters.
That's why she was so upset.
What have you done to him to make him leave you? He writing you letters. So then she burns the letters on the carpet. And then she goes to sleep because she thought the fire was out. Now, I don't know. You know, this is
a lot
stupid.
going on
This
here.
is stupid. First of all, why would you burn the letters on something flammable? On the carpet. At least burn them in the sink.
I saw a fire this weekend. That almost got out of control.
Oh, you did? That's right.
At Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee.
That's right.
Before the Tennessee Titans took on your halfway Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, man. Walk us through that. What was going on? I
There
saw
was
it
a
first.
pyro
I
show.
saw it first on your Instagram feed, and I felt so amazing. I said, "Oh, what's this?" And then it started coming on the news.
Well, you knew that was going to be on the news.
Oh yeah,
That almost got real ugly. Somehow, some way, well, the Titans do a pyro show. Not even a show. Just the players run through some flames. Tell you, those flames are hot. You can feel
That
them.
already
up from the
sounds
press room.
unsafe. The
It's
players
just the thing.
running
You know,
through
the
flames.
Titans, part of their logo is the flaming T.
True.
And so this is their thing, and they've been doing it for years. Years. Never seen an incident. Funny thing is, I actually know the guy that does operations for the Titans. I didn't get a chance to speak with them, but they had to come down. A speaker caught on fire. Thankfully, it was after the players had all retreated. But
okay,
if you look at my video on my Instagram, NYC, the number 2, Cali, CALI, for those that didn't see any of this, somehow I've been living under a rock. But it was on all the stuff. I saw it on Come On Man on the Monday
Yeah,
Night
it was
Football.
everywhere.
Yeah. And a speaker caught on fire, and they were acting so nonchalant. They had the tiniest fire extinguisher at first, putting this thing.
I'm looking at it like this
and
is
I'm watching,
not gonna
and
work.
we're about to go on air, and I was like, this could get ugly.
Real bad, real quick. You thought you were looking at a comedy.
And it missed the field by a couple of inches. Like, it was on the sideline, basically. So I don't know if I guess they would have played with a burnt field. They threw a bunch of sand on it. It's one of the
That's
odder
wild,
things
bro.
I've seen happen before a game.
That's wild.
We're here on the Press Box Party. 917-477-7737 if you want to call in. Police break up. There, look at you. What are you doing now?
Sorry.
Rookie, man.
Sorry.
Still a rookie. A year into this. Doing rookie stuff.
Yeah, man. You know how it is. Trying to keep you on your toes, man. You know what I'm saying? Did I ruffle your feathers there a little bit?
I mean, hey, we're going to be looking for a comedian. What's that guy's name? I need Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis?
Shane Gillis could sit in your seat real nicely right now. He'd get us some listeners.
Oh, he'd get you all the wrong listeners, man.
Hey, man, listener count is listener count.
You'd be out of a job.
I'd take it.
You'd be out of a job. You show up on Sunday.
I'd take that kind of coverage.
Oh, that's messed up.
All right. Let's go to Florida.
Thought you loved me.
Let's go to Florida. You going to take us through Florida?
Oh, now you want me to take us somewhere?
Yeah, you're on.
Man,
you're
get
on
Shane.
probation right now.
Nah, get Shane to take us through Florida. Yeah.
Shane's probably got some great takes on Florida, man.
Shane is probably a Florida man just from somewhere else.
Frozen biscuits. A bag of frozen biscuits.
A bag of frozen biscuits.
This week in Florida.
Oh, man.
Starts with a bag of frozen biscuits.
That's right.
Also, this is Florida woman.
Florida woman.
Beating up Florida man.
Yeah, so a Florida woman is accused of hitting a man in the head with a bag of frozen biscuits. Okay, now this is according to the Fort Pierce police. The 25-year-old woman was arrested August 29th on a battery charge after she alleged carbohydrate caper in the 1300 block of North 12th Street in Fort Pierce. The man identified carbohydrate caper. Yeah. Did I not pronounce that
You didn't
right?
write that, right?
I didn't write that.
That's from the news story.
That is from the news story.
Jimmy the Greek says war biscuits and gravy.
That's right.
I have to agree with him. No gravy on these, nor were they cooked.
No.
That's why they were so lethal. Well, not lethal, but
I mean, you get beat over the head with a
frozen anything.
A frozen bag of biscuits. He said the woman got upset, came outside where he was sitting, and then that's when the alleged biscuit beatdown happened when the woman swung a frozen bag of biscuits. A frozen bag of biscuits. Who keeps that many biscuits in the freezer? Just
Costco, man. Just
hanging out.
She just came back from Costco.
And when did she think, you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hit him with the biscuits. I'm going to smack him. Yeah, Carol Jean going on over there. Hit him over the head with them biscuits, girl. Bet you he think twice next time. Them frozen biscuits. Take his forehead skin off.
Sounds like you were there.
I was there in spirit.
All right, let's keep going. Florida. But this is another DUI, but this one's in Florida. After facing DUI charges, what does this couple do?
All right.
I got mug shots too. So
after facing DUI charges, all right, deputies say a Florida couple was arrested on suspicion of cycling under the influence on Friday the 13th. But no, that didn't stop them from having sex in the back of the patrol car, did it? No, it did not. So this is what happened. Okay, so around 11:40 p.m. Friday night, police picked these people up. They drunk, they intoxicated. They said, you know what, we got to take you off the street, handcuff them, put them in the back seat. Police driving, they turn around. They have figured out a way to have sex with each other, handcuffed. So the police stop the car. Stop the act. The dude jumps out the car and runs. He leaves his girl. Like, you know what? It was good, but I ain't a ride or die dude. I got to get out of here. So then she gets all irate and starts kicking the police. They got to put her somewhere else. Then they find the guy later on at a Cold Stone Creamery.
He just...
Because that's what you do when you...
After you get down.
That's right. You know what? Coppers can't touch me. Treat myself to some ice cream. Cold Stone Creamery. You know, he was. Cold Stone Creamery ain't cheap, man. It's like $13 ice cream. That's a reward ice cream. He just outsmarted the police, so he thought.
And the next Florida story that I want to get to. Is Robert Stack here yet? For our unsolved, we're gonna get to our unsolved mystery. Hold on, is Robert Stack here? Robert.
Hello.
Whoa! Hold on. All right, I'm cutting the Miami Vice. Sorry about that, Robert. Never meant to disrespect you. Before we get to the unsolved mystery,
keep the disrespect to a minimum, sir.
Yes. Before we get to the unsolved mystery, Florida had a mystery that was actually solved. A 20-year mystery.
Really?
Solved with the help of Google Earth.
Ooh, I could have really used Google Earth back in the 90s.
Yeah.
We would have solved a lot more mysteries.
Well, check this out.
I'm checking.
This picture right here on Google Earth unearthed a car right there. I don't know what kind of freak you have to be to find this car or something that looks like a car was in like a little ravine, right? and they found out that this guy that was missing for 20 years, that was his car.
Wow.
What part of Florida was this?
If my show was still on,
Palm Beach.
this would be a top story.
Yes. But we have
I think we might revive the show.
So this Google Earth thing is kind of just over your head.
This
right,
is,
Robert?
you know, I'm not very good with technology. Ever since the show's been over, I don't really do much. I come in here
You're
once
not
every
alive.
couple of weeks.
You're not alive, Robert. That's why.
I'm always alive in the hearts of those who always believe in the unsolved mysteries.
Well, take us through this week's unsolved mystery. I think I have some photos to accompany.
Tonight on Unsolved Mysteries, authorities in Texas are on the search for a bank robber they have dubbed the Mummy Marauder.
Wait.
The Mummy Marauder.
Marauder.
Don't tell me how to pronounce the word.
I got it.
Right? I need my glasses.
Go ahead.
Started from the top.
I
Yes,
apologize.
started from the top, please.
Robert says started from the top.
Marauder. Is that how you pronounce the
Yes.
word? Marauder? Excuse me.
It's all right.
I must not have been paying attention in pre-production.
I mean, you're old, buddy. I'm letting it slide. You have woken up from a dirt nap. You are excused. Go ahead. So the FBI is seeking.
All right. Okay, started from the top one more time.
All right.
And the word is
Here we go.
martyr. How do you pronounce the word?
Marauder. You ever heard of
Marauder.
the Tribe Called Quest album,
Yes, I have.
Robert?
I
The
have.
Midnight Marauders.
Oh, you
Very
know
good
what?
album.
You know what? That is that same word.
Yes. All right.
All right.
Let's go ahead.
Midnight Marauders, but not tonight. Tonight on Unsolved Mysteries, authorities in Texas are on the search for a bank robber they have dubbed the Mummy Marauder. The robbery took place at the First Convenience Bank in Harris County on Friday the 13th. The FBI in Houston described the suspect as a black male in his early 20s standing out, about 5'11", now cloaked in secrecy with white gauzes wrapped around his face and his arms. He showed up without warning, stated his business, and then he vanished as quickly as he appeared. He also wore a wig and a baseball cap. A rational explanation is hardly necessary. Now, no other information about the robbery was released besides the man looked like someone dressed in a Halloween costume or someone a backup from The Mummy 3. Now, if you see this guy running around the streets, please inform the FBI or Crime Stoppers of Houston, who are also willing to pay a $5,000 reward for the Mummy Marauder.
Well done. And for those on our YouTube page, I thought it was one of the Jabberwockies.
Yeah, this guy.
This guy. But he hasn't been found, so credit
He
to
looks
him.
like a life-size sock puppet. Is what he looks like.
With the dread wig.
Yep. Like if you was to make a giant sock puppet, that's what he looked like. I mean, but he got away. Look at him.
Got away.
And we learned a new word today.
What's that?
Marauder. We learned how to
Marauders,
spell it.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I think
obviously there were some
again,
people-
I'll say courtesy of Tribe Called Quest, it's a very mainstream word.
Yes, but if you haven't seen it,
Not often used.
if you haven't seen the written word in a while, one would be confused
Would be yes.
and just run over the word. But you know,
So if you got any information, on this. Houston, Ozella in
She
Houston. Where are
could,
you at?
Yeah.
By the way, I hope everything's okay in Houston. I saw they're having floods this week.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Sock puppets were useful in jail. Trust me. Mobile Home Rick.
I am sure socks were very important. Mobile Home Rick.
This is your tough side coming out?
What?
That you know, like, the things that are cool in jail?
Oh, I don't know anything about jail. I ain't even not going to pretend.
This is your Gary guy coming out?
Mm-mm. I ain't never been to jail.
Speaking of dirt naps. No, that's mean. This was a story in Anaheim where the news reporter said something very regrettable, went viral.
Ooh, I love when this kind of stuff happens.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'll play it. This is just the snippet of the story. It's all you have to hear.
We tried to reach out to the man who died in this pursuit. They were unavailable for comment. Micah, back. We tried to reach out to the man who died in this pursuit. They were unavailable for comment. Micah, back.
This was in regards to a car chase. Should she just hang it up like Eli?
Yep. Like, you know what, guys? That's it.
I get hell of a run.
It's been good. Channel 5 News.
She tried to reach out.
But obviously.
They tried to reach out. Multiple people tried.
To reach out to the dead man. But he was.
Unavailable for comment.
He was busy being dead.
In her defense, Robert Stack would generally be unavailable for comment. But we managed to pull him in almost every week.
We got a special deal with.
For a comment.
Robert Stack, you know.
Well, if she gets fired and she's listening to the Press Box Party, we've got an extra chair for you.
Yeah, we'd love to interview you.
No, a chance to redeem herself.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she could report some of the news stories.
There you go. Right here. Nice chair here for
Houston.
you.
Speaking of Houston.
H-Town.
That actually was in Anaheim. Sorry. Houston was the unsolved mystery.
Yes.
Ozella is calling in. Maybe she has a tip.
Uh-oh.
Ozella in
Mummy
H-Town.
Marauder.
Are you there?
Hi, Jonathan.
Hello.
Hey, I know I don't have a tip. I don't see people dressed in no mummy outfit. Right now,
I think you might be a suspect the way you're acting right now. That's just me, though.
I know. Right now, he need to roll down and sop up some of this water we have down here. That's what he needs to use that gulp.
Yeah, are you staying out of the floodwaters way?
Yes, I'm northwest. The bad weather is like southeast, the Galveston area and coming. So it's moving, but not fast enough. But yeah, some floods. But, you know, we always say every time there's a depression or a storm, turn around, don't drown. But you still have fools that think they can make it through the water. And if they would stop doing that, they would be okay. Just stay off. They ask us to stay out. They close the schools so the kids will be safe. But people just don't understand. But you'll have to tell me but one time, because I've been in the water where my car was submerging, so that never will happen to me again.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a scary feeling because you just drive it and you're thinking you don't know how deep the water is, especially when you get to the fall and it's dark when you go to work and dark when you come home, so you don't know. And your car started to submerge. It was just by the grace of God I was able to reverse because there wasn't nobody behind me, and I just stayed on high grounds on the highway until I could, you know. It's not a good feeling. So when they say stay home, I call my boss and say, I'll work from home today. I'm not coming out. I value my life more.
So when is the rain supposed to go throughout the week?
No, it's going to be the flash flood is until tomorrow morning at 7. Today and tomorrow is 100%, and then we'll go to 60% and then 40%. So it's going to move, but it's just moving slowly. So, yeah, but we needed the rain because it had been dry all summer, and so we did need it, but it's just like we don't need it in 3 days straight like that because your ground is so hard and, it just floods because it's not saturating. So if it rain stop, it's good. But it just rains like that for 24 to 36 hours, and that's when it becomes a bad thing for us. But we're used to it. I'm good. My grass is beautiful. Oh, my God. That is nothing like the heavenly rain. So we're okay.
Well, glad y'all are all right. That's the most important
That's the important thing, Ozella.
Yes,
Well,
I know. I appreciate you saying that in Houston, that you was looking at the weather. I thank you for looking out for us. But I'll be looking for the Mummy Murado for you, Jonathan. But
yes,
if he got
Marauder.
away, he's long gone.
Yeah, he's probably in another
long
state.
He's
right now.
probably marauding
maybe
somewhere
another country,
else.
counting his
He went to
stacks.
He's in another state right now. But you guys take care. Fall will be coming in this weekend, so hopefully we'll get rid of these high 90s and get some 80s and cool off a little bit.
All right, Ozella
All
in
right.
H-Town. Thanks for checking in.
Absolutely. Take care of yourself.
All right,
All
we'll
right.
talk
Bye-bye.
to you. So Ozella's safe.
Yeah. Houston's been getting hit these last couple rounds.
Well, it's it's tough weather state. It's kind of like Florida
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah.
We get a lot of drastic weather.
Yeah.
So while we're on vocab, Marauder, which has been part of the Merriam-Webster dictionary for a long, long time.
How long?
Even though you're saying it hasn't.
I didn't say it hasn't. I
We've
just
got
said
some new words that have been added in September. 530 new words have been added to the dictionary in September.
How many?
530.
We're going to go through all 530? Come on, let's do it.
No. Let's do this.
Go.
You
Press Box
no,
Party
no.
Marathon. We're going to read every word and every definition for it.
Guess who's chiming back in? Mobile Home Rick. He's obviously got something to say about one of these stories. So before we get to the new words, let's go back to San Diego.
San Diego.
San Diego. I want to talk to you about Charger football. Rick. What's up, Mobile Home Rick?
Wait, y'all going to talk about Chargers football?
No, I'm just messing with you.
No.
They're not there anymore, so we don't care.
I had a personal question. Just kind of want to seek y'all counsel on it.
Okay.
That's what we're here for on the
If
Press Box Party.
That's okay with you.
Shoot. I said that's what we're here for on the Press Box
Absolutely.
Party. We would appreciate more of these.
Okay. So my girlfriend, a few weeks ago, before I had got out, we had went to the beach, and she had some coffee in the morning, and we ate some breakfast, and then she ended up having a couple margaritas and some tequila, so she got pretty wasted. It was a pretty good mixture. But on the way home, I was driving, and she told me she wasn't gonna make it, and I didn't know what she meant. And I'm not trying to be graphic about it or nothing, but she let everything go in my car, and
that coffee.
I didn't know how to feel right. Yeah, I didn't know how to feel about it. Whether I should, just leave her, because it's pretty embarrassing for her, but it was embarrassing for me, knowing that she was capable of doing something like that. And she ain't home right now, but I was on the fences. Is that a violation? It'd be different if she was my wife, or she's my girlfriend. And there's no telling.
I'm gonna let Jay Craig take this one.
All right. How long
He's
y'all
our
been
relationship counselor.
How long y'all been together?
Probably about 6 months.
6 months.
So wait, you started dating her while you were locked up? It's like,
I was
not to get
I was
intrusive.
locked
You don't
up,
have to answer any of my questions. You can say no comment to anything I ask, Rick.
Right? Yeah, no comment on that.
Okay.
Mind your business.
Okay.
Will do.
See why you all in his personal? I thought the same thing, but I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just go with it.
Backstory, because I never trust these like pen pal.
See,
relationships.
you like a nosy reporter. You want the unimportant stuff.
No, that is important to me
It
because
don't matter.
I don't know.
We trying to figure out if he
All
gonna
right,
stay
go
with
ahead.
her or not.
All right.
But I just think that situations like that in a relationship, that's a deal breaker, is it not?
I mean, for 6 months, I mean, you might have to let her go. I mean, she already let it loose on you, so you might have to cut her loose.
Right. And didn't offer to clean.
Oh no.
So
it wouldn't even been it would have been like, you cleaning this and I'm not gonna help. This is you. This is yours. This came out of you.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And
But
not
I'm
in a
living
good
with
way.
her, and if I break it with her, I wouldn't have a place to stay.
So what you have to do is try to figure out how to not. You know what? Maybe she just can't have coffee and margaritas at the same time. You know, it doesn't sound like a good idea. Anyway, you know, coffee's a diuretic. Or get her some Depends, you know, and then she can have all the coffee and margaritas that she wants on her own expense and not at the expense of your car. And you still got a place to stay till you find somebody who don't crap themselves. Everybody wins.
But you know, that was the first offense, and it was a pretty big one. So I've been on the fence about it, and I've been trying to be understanding. That, you know, sometimes you gotta go. I don't think I went on myself as an adult.
Well, she could say the same
once,
thing.
but-
Sometimes you gotta go, and that's what she did. So you can't lead with that, because then she's gonna try to flip that back on you.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing. If she was listening, then she would know I was talking about her. So, yeah, man, I thought about it, and it's pretty disgusting for somebody to take a doo-doo in your car.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's one of them ones you'd be like, girl, if I had somewhere else to stay,
Right.
I'll be out of here.
I know if it sounds like I'm talking real quiet, it's because I had to go to. I'm laying damn near in the closet trying to be silent because she walks in.
Okay. All right, I got you.
So. Right.
Well, we got you. So the final verdict. I think Jay Craig's saying under his current situation,
get some Depends, put her on potty probation,
ride through it.
And
some of our chat room is blowing up with comments on this.
Blowing up. I don't know if that's the word you want to use.
Chief Thunder says you are knee deep in some shit. Hopefully, it
Look,
wasn't.
When it comes to my policy is when it comes to doo-dooing, it's an important thing in our lives. But you do it personally, but to doo-doo in somebody else's space, it's not acceptable. So my verdict at this point from listening to you guys is that she's not a moral person and doesn't know how to keep her integrity.
Well, she don't know how to keep her stuff inside of her, that's for sure. She did lose a bit of integrity in your car. It doesn't make her a bad person. You know, it just makes her bad at clenching her cheeks together.
You guys would have to been there to see her reaction.
It
wasn't even. She felt bad. She was laughing about it. Why I had to roll the windows down because we were about 3 miles away from where we were staying at, and there was no gas stations, anything like that, and we had to drive home with that smelling like boiled cabbage in the car, and it was disgusting.
The cabbage poop too. That's the worst, man. It's like that Sunday dinner cabbage poop. Yeah, that's never good.
Right. Yeah. So I appreciate you guys helping me out with that. You know what I'm saying? There's a woman I couldn't bring home to my mother, and she gonna doodle on people's stuff and laugh about it.
She laughed about it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, you can't
Sure
be.
did, man. She laughed about it.
Yeah.
She laughed
We gotta
about
find
it, and it wasn't the type of liquid doodoo. It was the stain mark, chocolate payday, Snickers looking doodoo.
Oh man!
All right, we got you, Rick. We got you. All right, Rick in San Diego sharing some intimate thoughts with, experiences.
Hey, she's walking. I gotta go.
All right,
Rick, take it easy, bro. Fresh out.
Wow. Well, we don't have any poop stories today, I don't believe.
I don't think we need another one after that one.
Segue into that. Well, we're talking about new words in the dictionary. All these like little, short terms for things are starting to make the dictionary now.
Mhm.
Vacay has made it.
Aha. Vacay.
Sesh.
Sesh.
Inspo.
Short for session.
You use that word? Inspo?
What is that
Short for inspiration.
I've never used the word inspo.
That made it.
That's whack. Inspo.
Although this one could be related. Fatberg is a new word in the dictionary.
What the hell is fatberg?
It's a large mass of fat and solid waste that collects in a sewer system.
Oh, I thought that was like the little stuff around your tummy when you sit down and it
The
comes
spare
over
tire?
your bed.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, the chump change.
What else made that's notable?
Don't get me to pronounce any of these words, obviously.
No,
because
we're
I'm
not. We're not going to do that.
Do a good job.
Pickleball. Have you played that?
Pickleball.
That made it.
I can read the definition though.
Go ahead.
Pickleball, a newly popular court sport played with short-handed paddles and a perforated plastic ball. Okay, that doesn't even make any. I guess
I have not. Anybody out there that's played pickleball, please call in 917-477-7737. Anybody looking for a gig that pays about $50 an hour? You can get paid $50 an hour to serve food at a wedding in the UK if you're willing to do it naked. This is a nudist wedding, and they've put up a post for this.
a nudist couple.
Yep. The advertisement says their previous wedding, the staff canceled due to the nature of the wedding where everybody was nude. All the guests were nude.
All the guests were nude. This got to be a small wedding.
And they said it's really hard to find staff
that's sure
comfortable being naked.
I'm sure it's hard
You
to
work
find.
in the service industry. Do you think you could help these people out?
I cannot. I can't. They got to pay me more than $50 an hour to walk around a bunch of strangers naked. Like, I don't want to see them naked.
Yeah, it sounds like they should go buffet.
Like, you have to pay
their
me
guests
more to look at y'all naked. Because it's not going to be the people you want to see naked. It's never that.
Never.
It's always the, oh, man.
I told you the nude beach thing. I've been to nude beaches, and people think they're the coolest thing in the world until you actually go to one, because you got to remember, clothing's optional technically at a nude beach.
Right.
And anyone that should be naked is not.
Nope. And everybody that shouldn't be naked is.
Yep.
So that's what that wedding was, a bunch of old, saggy, hanging. Imagine,
you know
what
it's going to be.
Imagine what the. I feel bad for people who got cleaning chairs. For real.
Hopefully they clean them.
Just burn them. Get rid of them. You know what? We just gonna burn.
Chief Thunder said he'd love to play pickleball at this wedding. Chief, man.
Nice.
Again, he's being lured in, and he doesn't understand what the actual clientele would look like. French company liable after employee dies during sex on business trip. They have actually made a company liable for the death of an employee who had a heart attack while he was having sex with a stranger during a business trip. They have to pay.
Why do they have to pay?
I think that's right.
I don't think that's right.
It's under their watch, under their,
Yeah, but he wasn't. Was he on the clock when he was?
I mean, I think you're on the clock the entire time you're on the business trip until you come back.
Is that how they're going to play it? You're on the clock the whole time, so no matter what happens when you're there that whole time, anything that happens, the company's liable for it?
Well, they investigated. They said it was completely normal sexual activity. Wasn't anything crazy.
So he just had a...
Wonder how much he got. They did not mention that in the story. Well, he didn't get anything, but his family.
Yeah, I mean...
Wonder what the ruling was there. Well, according to that reporter, she's probably trying to reach out to him for comment.
Yes, he's like, well, we'll reach out to him and see how much did you receive for dying? How much did your company give you? That's crazy.
A lot of weird stuff, man.
I think it's almost even more weird that he died during sex. I guess if you're gonna go. That'd be the way to go.
Moving right along. Keeping it overseas in Bermuda. What happened in Bermuda?
Bermuda.
In our law segment of the show.
Well, there's a
Bermuda with a Bermuda judge.
No, I'm just kidding. There is one, but
so this judge is in the middle of a murder trial.
Middle of a murder trial. And so the Bermuda judge is in the middle of a murder trial. And I'll just give you the rundown. Okay. So a judge in Bermuda has faced criticism from the British Court of Appeal after telling a murder trial that the talk of sex was making him horny. So I know what you're thinking. Okay, what possibly could they have been talking about that made him like interject this? Okay, so a 29-year-old man was gunned down while working on a building project at a house in the village. Okay, so a witness told the court that he and the person who had got gunned down had former sexual partners in common. That's all he said. So then that's when the judge said, all this sex talk's making me horny. Wasn't a whole lot of sex talk. He's just stating the facts. We had a common person that we used to hook up with together. And he found the way to interject that. So a lot of people were.
So he's done.
Yeah, he's probably not going to last long. They're probably going to, evaluate his mental stability. You just don't yell out stuff like that when you're supposed to be the authority. Because now your authority is being questioned. Because nobody was talking about elaborate sexcapades that went on. Just not what happened.
Well, you think Mobile Home Rick had it bad with his incident with his girl? It could get worse.
It can.
It can get worse. In Australia, farmers in Australia are having a hard time after vats of bull semen were destroyed in a fire.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
And exploded. All over the place.
Oh.
And people were left to clean that up. You imagine?
No, I don't want to imagine. I don't want to imagine coming into work one day.
The Yarman Herd Services building just blew up full of bull semen.
And just exploded. And then you just got boiling bull semen spewing from
exactly
large containers. It's basically what's happening. And then the firefighters have to come in and decide if they. You just hope you called off work that day. Like, man, you know what? You ain't never gonna believe what happened today, man. Went to this farm.
Cleanup we had to do.
I ain't even know that storing bull semen was a thing. Then we get there, it's a bunch of vats on fire exploding. And we supposed to clean it up. Can you believe this? I'm a firefighter.
That's a thankless gig right there.
Look, man, I'm not going. I'm sure it was very hard to maneuver in there.
All bad.
All bad.
Moving to fashion.
Moving to things that are bad.
Yes. Fashion. Somebody has created sweatshirts, hoodies. With replicated bullet holes that are from schools. Columbine. And for those of on YouTube, or if you want to check it out on YouTube, we've got some shots of this. Columbine hoodie, Sandy Hook hoodie, Stoneman Douglas hoodie.
All schools who
look at this look at this show. It's like in the middle of a barber shop.
Yeah, because
they're gonna sell some of these too, I bet.
So basically, ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is someone trying to profit off of disaster. So they have these Columbine hoodies with fake gunshots through them, and other schools who
with holes in them
have
with the
been
names
under the attack of gun violence. and they're trying to pawn it off as fashion. I'm not with this, bro. I can't get down with this.
I would hope not.
Who thought this was a good idea, though? Somebody thought it was a good idea.
Because they know somebody is going to buy them.
Who?
Probably the next. I would say take the list of customers, and there you go, or your next school shooters.
Yeah, I mean, that's one way to reel them in. But I just don't see the point or the purpose behind it. Yeah, that was a bad idea.
All right, now we'll go to the. If you guys want to call in, you listen to the Press Box Party. I'm here with Jonathan Craig. If you want to call in, you got time for a call still. It is 917-477-7737. Cue up some videos. First one is local here. This happened in West Harlem, where a surveillance video caught some people moving around a Target shopping cart with something very interesting. Take us through what this surveillance captured here.
All right, so basically what this surveillance is captured in the middle of the night here is two gentlemen walking up Harlem with a Target shopping cart with a dead body wrapped in a...
They're moving it quite a few blocks.
Wrapped in a carpet like you would see on TV. And they're transporting the body. And they thought nobody was going to see them, but they got caught by like 5 security cameras from delis that just are always on.
How could you think that wasn't going to be captured?
And that's your local news there, man.
That's your local news for right now. A couple other of videos that we could share here. What about this guy? Just side-eyeing a driver that nearly hit him.
Yeah, so this is when...
He's not even walking in a crosswalk, by the way.
No, this is when the pedestrian has the right-of-way goes too far. This guy is walking just in the middle of the street, is about to get hit by the car. So the driver stops, and he lets the guy pass. But the dude who's walking in the middle of the street, he thinks he's
giving
hardcore.
him the death glare.
So he's giving him the death glare the whole time. Like, you was about to hit me. Word, son, you was going to hit me. So I'm going to stare at you the whole time I walk across the street. I'm not even going to look and see what's in front of me.
Jaywalking,
and this not even a crosswalk. But I'm the pedestrian. I got the right of way. And I'm going to grill you the whole time until, bam, I run into the pole because I wasn't looking because I was looking at you. That's what you call instant karma. And
it went viral.
I'm happy that was on camera.
Justice was served.
Yep.
What about this guy in Ohio? Ohio listeners, we got one for you.
Ohio listeners, please find something better to do when you get drunk than to do dumb stuff like climb up telephone poles at parties.
And then grab the actual
power line and then get electrocuted and then fall 100 feet on the ground.
This is at the University of Ohio.
This actually happened.
At a party.
Yeah. Drunk dude climbs up the telephone pole. Wasted. Yeah. I'm excited. Then he grabs on to the power line.
And this guy had the nerve to start a GoFundMe for his hospital
For
bills.
real? Are you kidding me? I mean, it's terrible. You should be thanking God that you are alive because you could have died, but GoFundMe. You better go somewhere with that.
And then we've also got some shots of him in his hospital bed as well.
Yeah, this could have played out way worse than it actually did. So he's...
I can't believe he survived that.
I can't either. It looked like the way his body went limp.
Just a huge spark as soon as he touched it.
And then I didn't think he would survive the fall afterwards.
He's in the bed smiling. He wants some GoFundMe money.
Give me some money for being stupid and electrocuting myself because I'm a stupid American. Yeah, give me some money. This is why we don't have free healthcare. This is why. People like that is screwing up free healthcare for hardworking people like me and you. And now he like, oh, go fund me.
And one last video. This woman took a parking ticket in South Africa into her own hands.
Really?
When he comes out the closet that he's hiding in it currently.
Good point.
True.
Yeah. And as far as the Mummy Return, the trilogy, that's, I hate to promote or praise crime, but that's almost an ingenious idea. Almost.
I mean, he got away with it, so up to now.
I want to know how they knew he was in his early 20s, though. If he's wrapped up.
The only way they'd be able to solve this crime is if they went and got Laura Roth and the rest of the effing Tomb Raiders. Other than that, this crime is a wrap. I mean,
it's not, though. He got away.
Exactly. He wrapped up real good.
Oh, man. Chief Thunder, always good to hear from you, my man.
Yeah, man.
Man, it's good to hear from you guys. I'm just a side note. This is kind of off topic, but I'm a little pissed off because we do this, fantasy football league at work, and it's called Survival Series. So you pretty much like pick a team every week, but you can't pick the same team twice. And speaking of the Chargers, I picked the Chargers over the Detroit Lions.
You never take a road team. You never take a road team, Chief Thunder, so I don't feel bad for you.
Okay. All right. Well, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Little Survivor 101 for you.
Okay. All right. Well,
get them next year.
The thing about it is I started to call you guys and ask you who I picked last week.
Yeah. I mean, you could get away with taking a road team, like if the Patriots are playing the Dolphins, but
yeah,
you trying to save the Patriots.
By you not being able to pick a team twice, I was trying to save the Patriots for later on in the season, but now it don't matter because I don't have any more picks at this point.
Well, you'll get them next year. Hopefully the entry fee wasn't too high.
No, it wasn't too high. But at this point, I'm like the Mummy and Rick. I'm wrapped in deep shit.
Thanks for checking in, Chief Thunder.
Chief.
No problem, guys. Keep doing your thing. I'll holler at you guys.
All right. Chief Thunder and Gary closing out the show.
Closing it out. Yeah.
You got some shows coming up, right?
I do.
What's the next
one? The next show is next Friday.
All right, at
Dangerfields Comedy Club.
Dangerfields for our New York listeners.
Yes.
Check out
Dangerfields
Jonathan
Comedy
Craig.
Club.
Next Friday night.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock
p.m.
We'll bring it up again next week.
Yes, we will. And we're going to give away free tickets.
Yes, so make sure you listen next week.
Yeah.
Some callers will get some free tickets to that.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll have a great time. We'll all roll up to the show together.
You want an entourage now?
Yeah. I'm going to show up with all the callers. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Maybe you give Stream 35 a shout out at the Press Box Party.
Absolutely.
That's all we got for tonight, man. So went by quick. Thanks for spending your Wednesday evening with us. If you were a live listener, we appreciate that. And if you missed any portion of the show, go ahead and look it up on MixLR or look it up on YouTube, and you can catch anything you missed. But I'm Antoine for Mr. Jonathan Craig. Thanks for coming through again. For Robert Stack, came through in the clutch. He was a little off tonight.
He
That's
was.
all right.
It's hard when you in both worlds. Yeah.
But we do appreciate him coming up for air.
Yeah.
All right, man. We're out of here.
Yeah.
Next week, same time, same place. Catch you guys. Thanks for listening to the party. All our listeners, all our callers. And we are out. Peace.
With the underworld dealers, carriers of Mac Millers, East Coast bodyers, West Coast cat pillars, little monkey cats.